In this video, I will give you fundamental explanations about notches and then show you how to set notches. Before I do it, let me remind you what is the beginning and what is the end of one element. Imagine there's a clock inside the piece and you are moving along its outline. This is the begin of my neck hole. This is the end of my neck hole. This is the beginning of my front middle. This is the end of the front middle. And if you want to practice with me, I would recommend you to activate the display of the notch info in Display Switch in Smart Guide. If you don't see this, maybe you will have to activate the corresponding parameter in the Config tool. Notches are positioned on the main contour. They have additionally one information attached to them, called notch coding. Have a look to this notch. It is coded from the beginning of the side seam. The distance from the notch to the beginning of the element will be kept if you modify the curve. This is the case for the sample size and for the grading nest as long as you don't grade the notch with a dedicated grade rule. This notch here is coded from the end of this element. The distance from the notch to the end of the element will be kept when you make modifications. The third possibility for the coding is the proportional coding. This notch will always stay at the middle of this element. It is coded proportionally at 50%. To check or change the coding of one existing notch, you would have the possibility to use the function notch modify. Click on the notch. With Ctrl+T, you can change the coding of one existing notch. And you would have the possibility too to change the position of a notch with this function. So now I will show you how to set notches. In the following examples, I will show you how to set notches with the three types of coding. We will use for that the function notch single. We begin to set a notch with the coding from the beginning of one element. We do it at the front side of the sleeve head at 6 cm from the underarm point. Move the cursor to the point where the measurement for the notch should begin. Before you click, you will have to ensure that the correct element, the element which the notch should belong to, is highlighted. If it is not the case, use the function key F4. Click on the origin position, the position from which you will define the distance for the notch with the left mouse button. Move the mouse in the direction of the notch to be created. With the second click, you will define the coding of the notch. If the coding is to be from the start of the element, use the left mouse button. Type in the distance 6 cm in the editor and confirm with Enter or click on OK. The notch is created. Let's repeat the same on the other side of the sleeve. In this case we will create a notch coded from the end of the element, at 10 cm. Move the cursor to the origin position from which you will indicate the distance for the notch position. Make sure to highlight the element where the notch should be set. Use for this the function key F4. The first click, on the underarm point, is with the left mouse button. Use the right mouse button for the second click. It defines the coding of the notch and we want to create a notch coded from the end of the element. Enter 10 cm in the editor and confirm with Enter or click on OK. The notch is created. Let's create now a notch which always should stay at the middle of our shoulder line. Move your cursor to one side of the shoulder line, exactly at the end point. If necessary, use the function key F4 to highlight the line where the notch is to be set. Click on the point. Move the cursor and use now the middle mouse button to click. In the editor, you can enter 50%, without space between 50 and the percent sign. The notch is created. Let's now deactivate the display of the notch info so that there are not too many information on screen for the next time.